Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the episode of the Thin Crust Flopcast.
Fuck yeah, and thank you for the dirty fries, Chaos. This is beautifully tasting at your restaurant.
Well, we've had some requests in regards to the dirty fries, so it's a little experiment. So you are essentially our guinea pig on the matter. So
I love how the cheese is so melted and it accentuates the mayonnaise on the fries.
Alright then. I feel like we can easily run with this joke for a while, but I don't think anything on this really needs to be said.
It's right, I got something to tell you after stream anyway.
Uh-oh.
Nothing bad.
Alright. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 65 of the Flopcast on the 23rd of September 2024, just a date. And also, hello YouTube!
Hi YouTube.
Before we obviously get on to all the news articles, ladies and gentlemen, as well as a couple of topics that I kind of want to cover, you know what's coming next, folks. Damo, what the fuck have you been up to these past couple of weeks?
Mainly once human tales of mystery, you know, like the usual. But I had my birthday on the 18th.
Yes.
And I went from officially on the timer around about 9:45 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I went until midnight. Well, just past midnight, actually.
A total of 14 hours.
And 30-something minutes.
Yeah. Longest stream you've done in a while.
Yeah, I was fucking knackered by the end of it, honestly. But yeah, so I played a game. Pardon me.
You played a few games.
Played a few games. I, can't remember the first one I did play though. But I did play Fields of Mystery, which a bunch of us ended up
Voice acting.
just kind of voice acting for, running with it, taking the piss a little bit because that's just what we do. And then finished off with some Baldur's Gate 3, which has been a first in a very long time.
Yeah, and Beth reluctantly stayed out of the way so you could go for your dreamy vampire.
Yes. You are correct.
Bite me, vampy daddy.
Oh my god.
You know that's good. You know I'm not gonna not give you shit for that.
I know. But I also had to spin the wheel quite a few times.
Yeah, for some spicy shit.
Yeah. You guys didn't want to go easy on me.
No, of course not. You can blame my mum as well.
Yeah.
And bacon.
Yep.
Bacon.
And Ivy.
Yeah. Bacon and Ivy, I think they went the most ham on you.
Yeah, just a bit.
I at least gave you a start off of the softer one.
I do appreciate it, honestly.
Yes.
But it was a lot of fun. And I appreciate everyone that was there that came to watch or just come hang out in a VC with me. So I
Yeah.
appreciate it, thanks.
Thanks for coming to help support the Kickstarter of Damo's Burning Ring of Fire.
Yeah, my ass has not been the same since.
Hey, you took those spicy bottles and you took them like a champ.
Oh yeah. I went through an entire, not Ben & Jerry's, Haagen-Dazs strawberry cheesecake, as well as an entire, like the really expensive, like Mackey's, Scottish clotted cream fucking ice cream. The honeycomb with that.
Yeah. It was great.
Oh yeah.
The highest demo went was 600,
Regina.
765,000 Scoville units,
Mhm.
to my knowledge.
Yep. Straight up. And we found out, I just simultaneously, hot sauce does not agree with me, it comes back.
Pops up. No, we don't.
Right?
If you get the
So
joke, people, I don't need to say anymore.
Right?
Valley girl there.
I know, right? Like, oh my god. And then obviously we played some Cards Against Humanity Saturday
Yeah.
with some Jackbox Party.
Yeah.
From both yourself and Ven.
Yeah.
And we had, at least I had a lot of fun on that.
Oh,
And
I
I
did.
didn't get very much wasted.
You got fat bitch wasted. Fat
I
girl
wouldn't say
wasted.
white bitch wasted. I was gonna say I didn't get white girl wasted, but I got wasted.
Oh, we could kind of tell by the end of the evening. You were rambling.
Gone.
You were rambling and you were laughing at basically just about anything.
Oh yeah, and it's a tradition.
It seems to be at this point.
Yeah.
So,
enough about me, at least. Oh, I also played Kingdom Hearts 3 today.
yeah.
Yeah, I have that now. I've also been playing for the King 2. That's about it, actually. So, yeah, what about you, Cass? What have you been playing the last couple of weeks?
Well, the past couple of weeks. Well, anyone that's actually been obviously seeing my streams will know that I've been doing a fair amount of the old school Pokemon games, where we finished up Pokemon White and White version 2.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah. I've also been playing Castlevania Dominus Collection. I had a lot of fun on that with all those DS versions of the Castlevania games that I never actually played. Obviously Digimon Dusk and Dawn, been enjoying those. Usual Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Bleach Brave Souls, and to anyone that actually caught it, Honkai Star Rail, where I finally made the miraculous win. Where I finally have Kafka. Woohoo!
Woo, woo, woo.
Took so fucking long to get that bitch. Do you know what I'm going to say for now?
Go on.
Firefly.
Might as well. Also, be right back. I need a drink.
Yeah, no worries.
Finished my milkshake. Comments, let me know.
Also been tackling some more Gundam Breaker 4 as well, because, well, there's a lot of stuff to actually do in preparation for when they finally do release the events. I also tried out the SAO Fractured Daydream beta yesterday. Did a fair bit of that, and I also did a cheeky little surprise stream on that. And I gotta say, the game is actually pretty good. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it. It's something I was hesitant about to play, but once I actually got into it, I can say I thoroughly have actually enjoyed. So, at some point, when my ass can scrape enough coin together, we will be tackling that game. Because everything I earn in the beta can be transferred over to the main game. Which I think is very, very good.
Yes.
I was just talking about the SAO beta.
I know.
Yeah.
I heard.
Jeez. Alright. But, folks, you're not here for us to talk about what we've really been up to. You're here for the bits of info that we've managed to scrounge around the internet for and actually put together for you guys, so then you guys can actually start to look around yourselves and find your own conclusions. Now,
Or just coming and sticking around for our random bullshit.
or hoping that I may go on one of my tangents. Or see if Damo has any more Silent Hill news. Or see if there's any more Sims news. Or see if there's any more Baldur's Gate news from Damo.
Are you asking me to go first for the article?
No.
Shocking.
Because, well, there's, well, quite a few things to cover. Before we get off onto any, like, negative stuff, I want to actually start off with something good.
Fair play.
As of yesterday, folks, yesterday was actually the 25th anniversary for Resident Evil 3. Yeah, Resident Evil 3 is 25 years old. Let that sink in.
Resident Evil 3.
Let that sink in. Resi 3, 25 years. If you didn't feel old before, you might do now. Because I remember when that came out, I remember everyone going nuts over it. Me, I just turned around and went, can I play Spyro? But yeah, no. Like, fucking 25 years ago that game came out. Resident Evil 1 didn't really, to my knowledge, do as well as 2 and 3. But I do think Resident Evil 3 stands out more than 2 and 3 in the originals. That's just based on my observation. What do you think, Damo? 25 years?
I didn't realise it'd been 25 years.
Yeah, I found that out literally this morning when I woke up. I was like, wait, what? Really?
So that was out by the time I was about 3 years old, give or take.
Yeah.
Depending on the month.
Oh, little puppy Demo. Babu. It's not baby Damu, it's Bamu. Little Bamu.
Yeah.
There we go, we come up with a new nickname to refer to you when you were a bab. Bamu.
Yeah, Babu.
Little Bamu. Oh yeah, that Christ.
Are they doing anything for the 25th year anniversary?
Some people have stated that I went through all the stuff to see if they were doing anything. It doesn't look like it, which is a shame, because like I don't know, maybe it could have been put on sale on Steam or something, or maybe on like PlayStation or whatever. But at least the originals, because I mean that would have been pretty cool. But yeah, no, as far as I've seen, looks like nothing's happening.
That's a shame. They've got a lot of opportunity there.
I know, they kind of missed on that one. Because 25 years is usually a pretty big fucking deal.
Yeah. Like, think back to the Sims 20-year anniversary. What did we get? A hot tub. And then that's when the hot tubs like started coming in packs and stuff like that. It's like, really? Like, obviously, 20 years as a whole for Sims. From the beginning. At the time, a few years ago. Even a cosmetic would be nice, you know?
Yeah,
Here's
nah.
an anniversary cosmetic.
Yeah, nah. Didn't you know, Damon, we're not allowed nice things?
That is very true. Very, very true.
Like, not gonna lie, folks. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'd have appreciated them, you know, doing something to at least acknowledge.
Yeah.
Because I found this out through Twitter, and it was trending, Resident Evil 3. I'm like, oh yeah, what's that? Click, and then loads of fans were saying about it. Not a single thing from Capcom.
At the same time, I'm kind of not surprised though, because
I'm sorry, considering I'm sorry, but the amount they fucking pretty much push out Resident Evil games, you'd thought they'd, you know, take some time to acknowledge, like, the origins. But shows what I know. But yeah, congratulations, Resident Evil 3. 25 years and people are still finding ways to actually play you. I've actually seen people actually do randomizers with Resident Evil games where they change all the characters and the items, so you end up with some funny moments.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen it randomized for Resident Evil 2 where instead of obviously it being little Sherry as a child, do you know what appears?
Go on.
Mr. X.
Amazing.
So Mr. X is like...
X can't give it to you.
It's real funny. I've also seen with Resident Evil 3 randomizers that I've seen people do. They've even actually had it where like the NPCs will just be random characters from other Resi games. And they'll just, instead of like saying lines that or having like the character's original lines, they'll say just whatever line. And it's fucking hilarious. So if you get a chance to actually find a way to play a Resident Evil randomizer, do try it. I've seen people literally go through an entire game where they've got a handgun, but no bullets. And they picked up every single item. And the most of the item that they keep getting, ink ribbons. Oh, fuck. But yeah. So, again, well done, Resident Evil 3.
Sorry, what?
I was just saying, again, welcome to hitting 25, Resident Evil 3.
Yep. Happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday.
5 more years and we'll be looking at walking frames for you. Like I will be for Inventor soon.
Oh my.
He's gonna kick my ass.
Yep.
So, Damo, you want to go next?
Yes. Ironically enough, we're gonna start off with a Baldur's Gate 3 one, which is on Screen Rant, saying Baldur's Gate 3's best new feature is one you're not supposed to use. Obviously it was published 5 days ago, so it says Baldur's Gate 3 has introduced some major new game-changing features, but one that has potential to be the most transformative won't be found in any patch notes of the game. After a long wait, fresh additions and tweaks to Baldur's Gate 3 game, courtesy of patch 7, which was released on September 5th this year for PC and is set to get to consoles in short order. Many of the changes focus on bugs and improvements to animation, scripting and more, but new content like extra evil endings and honor mode boss reworks are more immediately exciting. As far as the official patch 7 inclusions, the best new feature might be the Baldur's Gate 3 Toolkit, which brings official modding support to the game, a software that's free to download on Steam. The toolkit makes creating custom content like new items, cosmetics, and other character options easier than ever before. The toolkit doesn't cover everything that fans might want to do with Baldur's Gate 3, however, that's where the community has stepped back in to open up a new kind of opportunity. For example, this is what the Baldur's Gate 3 toolkit unlocked. Custom maps. Literally custom maps. Within a few days of the Baldur's Gate 3 patch 7 release, Nexus mod user Siegefire had created a mod called Baldur's Gate 3 Toolkit Unlocked, which addresses some of the biggest shortcomings of the official tools. Although the toolkit doesn't support a few key features like level editing, it's essentially a publicly released version of the toolkit that Larian Studios used to work on the game, and some of that functionality was locked off rather than removed outright. Crucially, Baldur's Gate 3 Toolkit Unlocked grants access to level editing in Baldur's Gate 3, which could reshape the game forever. A couple of great examples of the Baldur's Gate 3 Toolkit Unlocked mod is already being put to use, come courtesy of Reddit user Katz Zen Burger.
You're having trouble. There's them dirty fries.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Do you think they put too much popcorn?
Popcorn. No. Anyway, who hasn't wasted any time in starting to cook up new ideas, new areas. One Reddit post shows a tower by the sea, while another replicates the hellish landscape of Avernus, complete with Blood Red River. Both these maps rely on existing Baldur's Gate 3 assets, showing just how versatile these building blocks can be, but it should also be possible to import others. All the official features Baldur's Gate 3 toolkit focus on tweaking the pre-existing Baldur's Gate 3 experience, whether it's simply through cosmetic changes or through more significant overhauls to the way characters play. Level editing, however, is one of the key elements necessary for crafting new experiences. Telling a completely new story would rely on a lot of scripting and plenty of other challenges, but being able to get around the toolkit's restrictions for level editing brings down one of the biggest barriers.
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
If you want to know about that, then tune in on Friday. That little joke. So,
alright.
I still find that funny. It's like, hey guys, the most interesting feature is one you shouldn't be using.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair...
I mean, not gonna lie, on that basis, isn't technically modding something that we shouldn't be doing?
Yes and no, but it's more the fact of apparently, it's a theory more of anything else. Apparently, Larian Studios was told not to leave any back doors open for any cut content or anything like that. So technically, they didn't do that. They just may have left in the coding.
So,
said things.
So they didn't leave a back door, more of a case of accidentally may have left their drawer open with the details.
Yeah, like they left a little window open, you know? Which I think is savage as fuck for starters, to be honest, not gonna lie.
I mean, it is Larian Studios, literally the studios literally spend a lot of their time on Baldur's Gate 3 and made Baldur's Gate 3 literally one of the defining games of the current genre. Of the current era, if nothing else.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm kind of like, I don't know how to do any coding or anything like that, but I kind of want to mess around with the toolkit.
My advice, if you are going to do anything like that, maybe consult someone who knows a thing or two about coding first. Or maybe see if there's maybe some like tutorials or stuff around. Like, get a general idea first before you tackle that sort of thing, because one wrong slip and you could fuck something up completely.
Well, I mean,
I
don't know, I just might just mess around with it, to be
honest.
One
deleted zero or one deleted paragraph here or there could easily cause a lot of problems. And that's based on what I've seen like over the years with stuff, because literally it's the same for essentially it's just like it may be obviously left the info out or accidentally or not. I think it's regardless at this point. Technically it's still a type of modding, and one wrong mod could fuck everything up, like you.
Oh yeah, I know. Like, the most I've done in terms of modding was making custom content on The Sims 2. I made swimsuits, I made jackets, you know, just by using Microsoft Paint.
Yeah. I just want to say,
I wanted to go for like something really basic.
I just want to say, Larian Studios, if you can make one of the first mods that you allow on console, could you make it maybe an XP boost, please? Would appreciate that.
That's already been sorted.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
There's actually obviously on PC a pre-existing mod for that, but it's also in the mod manager within the game in itself.
Yeah.
So it's most likely going to work very similar to like Skyrim mods as well, like on the actual game. That will be one of the ones that would be the most universal that you can get on console.
Funny you mentioned Skyrim, actually. This article's actually just landed on my feet. After hundreds of videos over 9 years, 88-year-old Skyrim grandma is retiring.
Yeah.
It isn't fun anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm bored to death with it. Shirley Curry wants to spend more time with her other hobbies. A beloved figure of Skyrim's content creation scene says she's retiring from making gaming videos. Shirley Curry, better known as Skyrim Grandma, posted a video yesterday entitled No More Gaming Videos. In that video, Curry, who is 88, shout out and still be making content at 88, said the decision doesn't make me too happy, but confirmed that she's not going to be recording any more gameplay videos, explaining that the process of capturing and creating videos has started to feel more like an obligation than a desire. That's fair. That's called burnout, folks. Curry says it isn't fun anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm bored to death with it. Curry says that she plans to continue vlogging from time to time and will use the spare time she now has to engage in other hobbies. But, and this is a quote, if you want to watch me playing videos, you know I have a lot, and they're all here.
So she's going to keep the channel up, basically.
Yeah. That's good. And it's a shame to see her retiring, but when it becomes an obligation and no longer fun, then that's fair. It's a shame to see her retire, but fair play, madam. I would say at your age, you've more than earned just to be able to do whatever the fuck you want at this point.
Yep. And now it's the grandkids' turn to say goodbye, Grandma. Because you know her intros and stuff that she does. Like, hey, grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good night, Grandma. See you in the morning.
She is going to let you break the internet one day.
Oh, when that does happen. When
Yeah.
it does happen, yeah, that's going to be a lot of sad.
I'll say this. When that happens,
we will be covering it.
Like, not just that, but the second I find out, I will be taking a 2-minute fucking silence on the stream.
Yeah, no, I will follow you on that one as well. I will follow you on that one. Just out of pure respect.
Yeah, 100%.
If anyone knows about the grind, hi. 10 years. Pretty much. But from that surprise article onto something that shouldn't really be a surprise to anyone. So recently, obviously, the PlayStation 5 Pro was revealed as essentially like a there was a PS5 limited edition Pro, the PS5 Pro limited edition that was revealed that would essentially look like the old school PlayStation 2.
No, PS1, isn't it?
If you look at it, it looks like a PS2. They're meant to obviously, because of how the PS5 is, it looks like a PS2.
Nope. Those are the colours of the PS1.
I know, but the shape.
Wait, hang on a sec. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is shit.
Yeah. Well.
Don't have the colours of the PS1 for this, like, shape of the PS2. Come on now.
Yeah, no. There's a reason why the PS2 was the colour it was. They should, if they're not gonna lie, they maybe should have gone, especially like with how the PS1 was, they should have gone with a bit of a bit less sharp design, so to speak.
Yeah. In fact, it says Crosscast.
I mean, that is fair. That's actually not a bad name. But I still prefer Thin Crust Flopcast. I like to confuse people.
We're the Crosscast.
No.
Hi, Inventor.
Hey, Inventor. So, obviously, to many of you who are aware, obviously, when the PS5 and the Xbox X/S came out, trying to get hold of them was very, very difficult. Obviously, it wasn't just because of the times, obviously, where the pandemic was happening, but also a group of individuals that decided to take it upon themselves to, quote-unquote, provide a service. And by service, I mean rob everyone of their money for a product so many people were trying to get. That's right, the scalpers are back at it again. Yep.
Will it ever end? Most likely not.
Nope. Not when there are people that are dumb enough to part their money for them. Mm-hmm. But apparently, the scalpers are already the PlayStation 30th anniversary hardware has not even actually been out. It's not even out yet, and the scalpers are already quoting up to, so far as seen, up to $10,000 just for an attempt to secure the limited PS5 Pro bundle.
That is just very... What's the wording? Oh yeah, extortion.
That's beyond extortion. That's just stupid if they think anyone's actually going to pay that.
Someone out there will.
And not gonna lie, if you are dumb enough to actually pay these people for that, you're stupid. I'm gonna just say that. You're kind of stupid for that. I don't think you should be robbed of your money, but if you're willingly giving these people your money, no matter how desperate you are, it ain't worth it. Oh, but I've got to get it for my kid for Christmas, this, that, and the other. No.
Just don't fall for it.
No.
Be careful.
There are better ways to go about things, and this ain't one of them. But apparently there is hype for this. I've looked at it, and to be honest, I don't like it. I get obviously celebrating 30 years since the PlayStation 1 first came out. I get it. Or PlayStation X, sorry. Because that's what they decided to refer to it once they released the second version. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. And I would not gonna lie, there probably are much more better things they could have actually done rather than this, to be honest. And considering recent events in regards of PlayStation, I think they may want to tread carefully when it comes to, I don't know, I wouldn't say useless products, but making products that people won't want. I thought they may have, got the general idea when Concord didn't do as well as they thought. Got something about that later on, folks.
You know, I just actually hang on, that's the point. Give me a second.
Oh.
That should have been the first thing I looked at the price for. Sorry.
What's
it's
that?
Video game related. It's for Final Fantasy 16. Ooh.
Yeah, actually, I have an article about that as well.
Well, it's not like I can finish it on my PlayStation because my PlayStation's broken.
Well, do you want to? Shall I just say about the Final Fantasy 16 bit after I just finish this little bit?
Yes, please.
Alright, so PlayStation, Sony, you guys may want to dial it back. We get obviously celebrating 30 years. Like, why not do something on the PlayStation Store? Like, maybe lower prices down for some of your stuff as like an offer. I'm pretty sure that'd be more well received than this. I mean, collectors may go for it just for the sake of, but I don't know. Just, you guys may want to rethink your strategy. Now, in regards of Final Fantasy 16, actually, as Damo mentioned, I saw this one article and looked into it, and it turns out to be true. Final Fantasy 16's producer asks fans not to make offensive or inappropriate mods upon PC release. Now, we're not stupid. The community may give it some time before they publicly reveal any mods. Obviously, in terms of offensive, obviously people are going to try and avoid doing that. And most offensive stuff is usually kept behind closed doors anyway. Inappropriate, can't really say much, considering we literally one of the first things we covered was the nude mod for Final Fantasy VII Remake. One of those.
Yeah.
So
Sephiroth.
massive cock. If they actually are saying please don't make any inappropriate, then might explain why it took over a year before they actually made any nude mods for that game. So we may see something maybe a year or so down the line. If it does pop up,
we're definitely going to talk about it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a recurring joke here.
Now I have a question.
I may have an answer.
Do I go for the standard version, which ultimately is cheaper? It's $33.29.
Yes.
Or do I go for the complete version, which is $46.49?
That would include the DLC, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I go for complete?
Yeah, because not gonna lie, the DLC would cost you basically more than that, so you are better off going that route. Final Fantasy 16 is a good game in general, so.
Well, it'll be $45.55 because I have 94 pence in coins on the thing.
Legasp.
Like, yes. But yeah, I'm saving like £18.50 essentially, plus 95p. Let's go!
So, to continue, Yoshida
Yes,
wouldn't comment on any specific mods he wants to see for Final Fantasy 16 in an interview with PC Gamer. He has made it clear what he doesn't want to see. And to be honest, that's fair. That's fair. He's allowed to say what he would not like to see. Which is why most people keep that stuff, off social media. And they tend to keep it to certain circles, But I imagine there'll obviously be like XP stuff, maybe custom outfits, which, not gonna lie, would be kind of fun to see, like some of the characters like looking like other stuff. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they made Torgal look like Red 13 from Final Fantasy 7. I could generally see that happening, and not gonna lie, I think that would be kind of neat. But I prefer Torgal because Torgal good boy, especially when a pup. Adorable.
There we go.
Little Jill just like waving with the paw of baby Torgal. It's like, oh.
Yep. And I don't even know how much space I need.
It's pretty big.
It's gonna take longer than fucking
About
Baldur's Gate to install.
I think the last time I checked, it was like 100 gig.
Hang on, I'll be able to tell you in a sec. Right,
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, so the inappropriate mods may not appear publicly or right away, but they will appear at some point.
170 gig.
Oof. That's still small.
I've got the space.
That's still smaller than Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
That's also including DLC as well, so. Plus also all the updates, so. Makes sense.
Yep.
Because what also happens with some games I've noticed is they'll do updates, and instead of adding on to the size of the game, they'll like shave off bits, or bits will have been taken out or like replaced. Mm-hmm. So instead of adding on, they'll literally just like make it so it doesn't take as much on your system, which I think is good.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because that's kind of what I've seen like Genshin, Ongo Star Rail, and ZZZ do. So appreciate that. So, Damo.
Yeah.
Next.
So I have one. It's a little. I think it's a tiny bit funny. To be fair, we were actually discussing this a moment ago before doing the podcast, like guys. Anyway, indie dev horrified to realise their protagonist is coded as Lois Griffin from Family Guy. Nobody told me. ... I worked 3 years on this game. This comes from GamesRadar.com. So yeah.
I'm sorry. How? I'm gonna ask this. How does the developer A miss this? B, why did no one tell him? And C, when's it coming out?
Well, this is how the article goes. Look, we all draw inspirations from different places, maybe even subconsciously, whether it's a formative piece of media, a shared experience, or even an episode of Family Guy. The developer of Caravan Sandwich had a horrifying realization on Twitter that the main character, I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm just going to say sausage. Because I'm not going to try and pronounce it.
Just to say their protagonist.
Yeah, so the protagonist's colour scheme resembles Lois Griffin from Family Guy, an unintentional design decision. Leave my fucking chicken alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, right?
Sorry. Cat.
There's obviously been inspiration, but I'm sorry. A colour scheme. Like...
Yep.
Here's the thing. There are loads of things and people that wear still a similar colour scheme to something else. If that be enough to,
Okay, yeah.
cause a lawsuit, then...
It's not causing a lawsuit. That's not what this is about. This is the fact that a developer from Caravan
he realised
Sandwich...
he accidentally made Lois.
No, nobody told him that they made that Lois was created. Now, in terms of the colour scheme, it goes in the order of hair colour. Well, yeah, hair colour, skin tone, top, bottoms, shoe colour. And the top does kind of resemble Lois's a little bit.
Jesus.
Sort of thing. Anyway, continuing on with the article, the developer took to Twitter to point out the striking resemblance, saying, "Why nobody told me protagonist color scheme is the same as Lois Griffin? I worked 3 years on this game." After looking at the image, the comparison is apparent. Protagonist is unfortunately very Lois Griffin coded. The vibrant teal jacket, orange bob haircut aren't doing the comparison any favors. Peter Griffin joined the never-ending cast of Fortnite characters, so maybe it's time for his wife Lois to get into the world of gaming crossovers as well, even if unintentionally. Caravan Sandwich is a narrative-driven exploration game where you can embark on a journey through vast landscapes and interact with different communities and characters. If you want to roleplay as Lois Griffin, nothing is stopping you. This is Lois's adventure now. I wish my game to be famous. In brackets, it will only be known because the MC looks like Lois Griffin. The developer joked on Twitter. What kind of shit is this? You truly never know what's going to happen on the internet when the internet takes a hold of a game. Caravan Sandwich launches September 12th of this year, so it's already out.
So have a look at it, folks, and draw your own conclusion.
Yes.
So, I've got a, alright. Just not much can be said other than just draw your own conclusion.
Oh shit.
That's all I can really say on that one. I mean, that, not gonna lie, I'd be interested to see like a Caravan Sandwich. Well, I'm sorry, but what a fucking game title.
Right. You got anything else?
Oh, I've got quite a few things.
Go for it, man.
So, Damo's probably sick and tired of me bringing this up, but it's hard not to, considering how funny this is.
Here we go.
Concord! apparently, reportedly, this is coming from Eurogamer.net, and I'll say this before I continue reading. There seems to be mixed reports coming in, where it's either saying 300 million or 400 million. So there's not actually really anything that stands out more, whether it's 300 or 400 million. But anyway, Concord reportedly cost $300 million to make amid a culture of toxic positivity. This shooter was internally referred to as the future of PlayStation and with Star Wars-like potential. Two very bold claims that showed how the entire gaming community really told them no. PlayStation's delisted Concord shooter reportedly cost 300 million pounds, $400 million to develop. PlayStation podcast Sacred Symbols said it spoke to someone who worked on Concord who revealed the development cycle was so much worse than you think and full of toxic positivity, which meant critical feedback was ignored. The podcast host also alleges that Concord was internally referred to as the future of PlayStation with Star Wars-like potential. The toxic positivity claim has been further backed by Kotaku. I can corroborate the part about toxic positivity, Kotaku's senior reporter said on X/Twitter. Some sources I've spoken with blamed a head-in-the-sand mentality carried over from the studio's Bungie roots. Uh-oh. A sense the game would come together because the team was too good to fail. The reporter could not, however, corroborate the $400 million sum, saying it is not the number I've heard. So again, as I stated before, there doesn't seem to be really any actual nailed down, but that's beyond the fact that it's costing over hundreds of millions is frightening to say the least. Some developers familiar with PlayStation similarly dispute the $400 million figure. Others suggest the sum likely includes the acquisition cost of buying Firewall. Which, if that is the case, then if it's the acquisition cost, then that would make sense. But again, it's kind of hard to really make any actual solid claim on that. Concord was removed from sale this month, just 2 weeks after its launch on PS5 and PC. Game director Ryan Ellis admitted that while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, the team also recognised the other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we intended. Sony then issued refunds to all players. Within days of Concord being pulled offline, Ellis reportedly stepped down, leaving the team at Firewalk Studios in limbo. So, if it is actually true that they went in with a head in the sand mentality, that's not good.
Nope.
That's literally the opposite end of literally berating everyone.
Yep.
All the time. I'm sorry. When it comes to conducting business and working, there's two ways to go about things. There's two ways that most companies go about things, and that's both a fair amount of the time result in failure. You berate everyone at the time, and that causes you to then destroy your team's hope, as well as dreams, as well as outlook. Or you basically fill everyone with too much positivity to the point where they are no longer looking at things realistically. Now, I don't entirely trust the backing from someone from Kotaku for obviously various reasons, but I have seen other people kind of saying similar things. So if it is true that what that they had that mentality, and that trying to be critical to be realistic on what is expected and what they should really aim for. And it's not good. If it's not true and the game just really just did not resonate with people, then fair. They screwed up.
Yes.
But they can come back.
Yeah. Why is that going to take 5 hours to install a 65 gig game?
But yeah. So I don't know if we'll cover any more Concord stuff, because I think it's basically...
It's basically the entire, Sony versus Xbox, acquisition bullshit all over again, just a different subject and no lawsuit.
Yeah, yeah, except this was a lot of backing from PlayStation as well, so...
I know, I'm just saying, in my opinion, that's what it's kind of coming across like.
Yeah.
And I don't really want it to be a repeat.
No, it won't be. The reason why I've spoken about it quite a bit is just literally it's just funny to me how how it seems like Sony really tried to back this game and really kind of screwed the pooch on this one.
Oh yes.
It doesn't help the fact, obviously, with Sony kind of putting their reputation through, a buzzsaw currently with recent actions by the likes of Helldivers, Ghost of Tsushima, as well as others. So most people are going to be have a very biased opinion against PlayStation and anything made by a PlayStation-owned studio. So, kind of what happens when you put mines all around you to protect yourself and then realise you got to go for a piss. You may have just screwed the pooch, as I said. So if there was any... Sorry, what?
I may or may not have gotten the Dead Rising remastered.
I have heard it's good. I've
I'm
seen
doing it for the nostalgia. I want to see what differences they've done.
Alright, fair enough. Let me know how it is on that one.
Yeah.
So, because I know some people will probably think that we are biased against Xbox. We are not. The fact that I've put Xbox and PlayStation through the ringer with various things I've said should be proof of that. So, alright. What you got next for us, Damo?
We have 2 more things, not 1. Damn. Anyway, the next one is EA decides adding paid mods to The Sims 4 is a good idea because it worked out so well for Bethesda and Skyrim and Fallout 4.
It worked on those games because, well, they work.
Yeah. This comes from GamesRadar.com. And the article says The Sims 4 is going to be around for longer than fans thought, as EA reveals its plans to keep the 2014 game alive with even more new content and creator kits, purchasable bits of DLC that feel a whole lot like paid mods.
Were they meant to be working on the next Sims game?
Yeah. Allegedly, according to the Rumor Windmill, The Sims 5 has been temporarily put back on the shelf indefinitely.
AKA, they got no ideas, so they're just going to go back to the drawing board on it, and then they're just going to continue pumping stuff in to this game to try and keep it alive, till they can then find a way to release a game to get more money from people by bringing out a base game which is less than what is currently there.
Yep. Instead of, actually going back and fixing things, like, I actually found it really cool, right? When they did a pack refresh, and they've done it once. once, and that was years ago, and that was for Spa Day, which, to be fair, it was kind of broken, like really badly actually. They did a refresh, and it looks better, it looks nicer, you know, it's a lot smoother, yet there's packs out there, dare I say it, Dine Out, that is still fucking broken. And my wedding stories, though they did bring out a patch, is still broken pretty much beyond, you know,
So,
basically.
what you're basically saying is they're basically going to pile more broken shit onto it and then cause people to pay for it.
Yes. At least that's what it looks like from the looks of this article, at least anyway, all things considered. But it does say here, saying EA has more in store for Simmers to look forward to than the Sims 4 Spooktacular Life and Death expansion pack this fall.
Okay.
And I will be divulging my money into it, unfortunately, because it's The Sims, and
we need to know.
I need, yeah. I'm sorry. I need to. Okay. It's my crack. It has been since I was a child. Anyway.
I'm not gonna knock you on that one. All right, I get it. Right?
Yeah,
because here's the thing. I'm gonna say
really
this.
play it anymore.
I know, but here's the thing. Anyone that says that video games is horrible and literally the worst thing ever, drugs, alcohol, guns. There we go.
Exactly. Yeah.
They do way more, and in some cases they cost less.
Exactly. Like, I don't even play it like that much anymore, and yeah, I've always found a reason to go back to it because shiny new thing. Like, for example, recently I actually purchased a new fucking kit, and it was an artist kit, and I'm like, oh, this will look like an easel for a Sims career I have not played in so long because it's a rabbit hole. Yeah, no. But it's one of those childhood things. I don't think I'll ever be able to stop. Like, even though if The Sims 5 does actually come out eventually, I know I'm gonna be the twat that's gonna pay for it because it's a nostalgia trip. It's one of those for me.
Yeah.
Of all games, it was my escape as a kid.
Inventor
Getting back to
Inventor says monster.
I have my Mango Loco here, my guy.
No, you're talking about one of them things that are like way worse.
No, I know. But I have one with me. Anyway,
Smoking.
Getting back
Yeah. Popcorn.
Seems a new post from the developer regarding the future of its iconic Sim franchise reveals quite a lot. There's an official Sims movie in the works, Project Renee is well underway, allegedly, but nobody actually knows what Project Renee is. It's just theoretically Sims 5, but yet there's been so much shit to go against the evidence of it actually coming out. As well underway as an online multiplayer spin-off. The community created kits are coming for The Sims 4. These kits are designed and built by community creators to create new collections featuring unique styles and fresh storytelling potential. Rights to dev. These creator kits will mark the first time that a full collection of in-game assets has been crafted by a creator and officially published by the Sims development team, making them available for all players. Creator kits roll out in November and will coexist with our current collection of kits. Kits are priced around $5 each, which means that the creator kits will likely come at a similar price, which also means that they're not too far off from standing as paid mods. As a simmer myself, I hope this isn't the case, and I will actually agree with the person in the article for this. I hope it's not the case, because the creator kits for the other games that are mentioned in the title of this article, they work because they have a specific purpose. But what I genuinely think it is that they don't I've noticed, so the main thing that I noticed, if you remember me telling you a few years ago, Chaos, about how one of my favourite modders was putting up their mods for adoption because EA hired them. I'm happy that they hired the modder, but it just seems the more well a mod does, the more EA want to recruit them, so then they can't work on that mod. And then technically have the rights to said mod more in the ways of the Sim style.
So, from looking like a good idea to, hey, we want the rights to your mod so we can make more money off of it.
Again, don't quote me on it because I've obviously not...
Is that what it seems like?
But That's how it feels, in my respectable opinion.
Alright. Wasn't saying that's what's happening, I was just saying, is that what it appears to be?
It does appear to be that way. But apparently EA is assuring that they're a big step forward in delivering creator-made content that's console-friendly.
Uh-huh.
But they already have content creators, like custom content creators, working on kits anyway. So we're gonna get like little snippets of like storytelling, or you know, of like different like little mods. Like, are we gonna get like the like pregnancy overhaul mod in the ways of that or something? Because I'm not about to pay like 10 quid for like 100 fucking Sims bucks to like buy shit on there. Sorry, it's just not happening, mate.
Oh, lordy lord.
Yeah, your turn.
Alright. So, mine's kind of a joint one, so to speak. So, obviously these are, you'll understand why I'm doing these two at the same time. So, apparently, with the way that things are going, Power World is looking to possibly come to the PlayStation 5 due to a recent leak. This is coming from thegamingbible.com. And apparently it's looking like the Pokemon clone is going to be on everything except the Nintendo Switch. We'll see on that one. A detailed post on Twitter by the video game outlet Gematsu, the Computer Entertainment Suppliers Association, recently announced which titles would be in attendance at the upcoming 2024 Tokyo Game Show. The list even specified which systems each title would be playable on at the event, with Power developer Pocket Pair seemingly noting that the title would be featured on PCs, Xbox Series S/X, and PlayStation 5. It should be noted that seemingly since Gematsu picked up on this last night, the list has since been amended to remove the PlayStation 5 from the list of systems you can play Power World on. Although this could imply that the listing was actually a mistake and has since been rectified, it's more than likely that the event organisers are trying to cover up their mistake for this, as this isn't the first time it's been implied that Power World will be coming to Sony's platform. Back in June, the global community manager at Pocket Pair tweeted a rather cryptic post that led many to believe that they were implying Power World would be coming to PlayStation systems. The company also announced in July that they were teaming up with Sony Music Entertainment and Aniplex to establish Power World Entertainment Inc. for the purpose of accelerating the multifaceted global development of Power World. Although the latter announcement seems to be implying that some kind of Power World related anime seems to be on the horizon. Oh boy. It does seem that Sony and Pocket Pair have been in talks to collaborate for some time now. Either way, although it seems all but confirmed at this point, we will have to wait until the 26th of September once the Tokyo Game Show starts for the official confirmation. So, just a few days from now, and we will find out if it was actually a slip up or there was actually something more to this. However, with that being said though, one thing that people have been pushing for some time, especially as there's a lot of haters and people that can't seem to keep their nose out of things, Nintendo do seem to be working on, have seen to put a lawsuit through in regards of Power World. This is coming from GamesRadar.com, and I have looked into this on several other places, and it is confirmed that there is a lawsuit in the works or already put forward. Nintendo lawsuit could see Power World reworked, or in the worst case scenario, removed, and is an investment in unspoken fear, lawyer says. Don't cross us and we won't do it to you. An injunction against Power World could have multiple effects. Now, Nintendo's patent lawsuit against Palworld has been interpreted differently by a range of law and industry experts, with some expecting the ensuing legal battle to run long. Some arguing that Nintendo wouldn't make a move unless it was sure it could win in court, and others reckoning this may be a reach for the company's well-known legal team. Haley McLean, a lawyer at Voya Law, who specialises in video games, says it's currently difficult to predict the effects of the suit since we don't even know the patents in question. Though there's a fair speculation that a Pokeball-related patent is in the mix. But she sees room for outcomes including reworks to Palworld's mechanics and the survival game being temporarily or permanently removed from stores. Speaking from Games Radar Plus, McLean unpacks Nintendo's...
fucking hell, sorry. Advert. My bad. My phone's being a pleb. And it clicked on an advert and I was like, shit, that's loud. My bad.
To be honest, I didn't even hear it because I was talking.
Thank you.
Anyway, unpacks the terse statement revealing the lawsuit. For Japan and a lot of other jurisdictions too, patent infringement is the unauthorized commercial workings of a third party of a claimed invention, she explains. The scope of whatever is protected under the patents determines the consideration for whether an act that constitutes infringement against said scope. There is both direct infringement and indirect infringement as well. Without going overly complicated, Nintendo has to prove Pocket Pair's commercial actions infringed on their patents, and they did not give them consent to do so. Japan may have more case law compared to, say, the US that points towards the successful finding of infringement for the specific patents Nintendo is leveraging, she adds. They may have won previous infringement cases on the patents they are intending to leverage against Pocket Pair in Japanese courts in the past. She points to Nintendo's successful lawsuit against Japanese company Copol in 2017, which was based in 6 separate patents. We don't yet know if any of the same patents are involved in this Palworld suit, but the root precedent is there. So, basically, to break it down, there is a chance that if this lawsuit really goes south with Pocket Pair, that you may no longer be able to play Palworld. And considering Palworld started off great and has kind of dipped from a lot of people's radar, with them actually still trying to work on the roadmap that they publicised several months ago, it is kind of interesting to see where they are actually going with this. Like, is Nintendo actually stretching a little bit too much to try and actually protect their property rights? Or is there actually something there that people may not be aware of that they've actually done? I myself can say I have played Palworld, and it was the Ark style type of gameplay that really kind of put me off. If it was more along the lines of Legends Arceus, I would be fine with it. But in order to make a multiplayer of that nature, they had to go with something that does somewhat work. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, any major news that comes in regards of it, we won't cover the whole thing across the board because it's technically involving Japanese law, possibly US law as well. We will cover basically things as we're able to find. So, those of you who have actually enjoyed Palworld, hold out hope that Pocket Pair can actually come out of this and still keep Palworld out there. Damo?
Yes. Next one, I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet on this one, to be fair. But Concerned Ape has finally revealed the release date for Stardew Valley 1.6 on console and mobile. This is an article from thegamer.com, and it is basically coming out on the 4th of November.
Yeah?
So, yeah, that's when it's coming out for console and mobile. That's literally it.
Alright. Not gonna lie.
Now, a lot of people have been waiting for that update for quite some time.
Yeah, console updates seem to, not gonna lie, seem to be getting stretched out even further and further with games like this.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I can also understand why.
Because they obviously have to make it so it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't have something that works if it doesn't work.
I don't know. Tell that to a lot of game developers because they don't seem to listen.
True.
Alright, so we've got a few articles left to go, and then something that I actually do want to talk about, which is kind of a hot topic at the moment, but something that I do feel we need to talk about. So, first things first. One of the first things that popped up not long after our last episode of the Flopcast. This was back on the 12th of September. Microsoft laid off 650 more employees, including Xbox and Activision Blizzard.
Fucking hell.
Again, more reason why, again, Damo and I literally said from the very beginning, this is a bad idea.
Well, I mean, clearly we're not being listened to, so they've just got to learn a lesson for themselves.
I know, but the fact is that it's innocent people that are losing their jobs. That's the thing.
I know, this is the thing. Like, we all know it's a bad idea to lay all these people off. And
Like,
I do sympathise for those that do get laid off or will be. I'm just saying the companies themselves are having to... They can't bitch about it now.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go on a tangent before anyone expects it. I'm just saying...
I was kind of expecting it, to be honest, not gonna...
I'm just saying, at this point, like, it's so disgusting, like, how so much negativity has actually come out of this, when it was meant to be a good thing. And it's like... Folks, to those that actually watch this, whether you watch it over the next couple of weeks or you watch it later on down the line, regardless of whatever happens forward, if they in the future they do pull themselves out of this and are actually able to do better, good for them. Currently, however, as it stands, everyone around them is suffering, and as a result, the video games that they are meant to be making are also suffering. So,
And we still appreciate the help that you put into making those games.
yeah.
Proud of you.
We get, obviously, though the video games that fail and the video games that succeed. Like, the fact is, we understand how hard it is to make video games. We understand that sometimes you'll go days without actually being home. Sometimes even weeks. That you'll go through sleepless nights. That you'll have deadlines to meet and won't meet them, and then you'll get chewed out by your boss. We completely understand that. We're behind you. The point of this is not to criticise the people that are actually trying to do the work. It's to point out that the people that are trying to make money, the millions and millions and millions of dollars or pounds or whatever the fucking currency is where you're at, they need to come up with a better strategy rather than just trying to create a monopoly. Because guess what? Even if you try and create a monopoly, you don't always win the game. I don't know if any of these people have actually played Monopoly, but maybe they want to take a chance to actually look at it and maybe realise it doesn't quite work out that way. Because if the people aren't happy with you, the people won't want to buy anything from you. So, you got any more demo?
Nope, that was my last one.
Alright. So, I got 2 more articles. One you might be interested in, demo. And one that, for me, is absolutely hilarious. Justin Wong, as many of you who know, obviously I'm a fan of the guy. He's an amazing beat 'em up player. He's literally he's won so many Evo titles. He's literally cemented himself as a legend in the scene. Obviously, one of his bigger ones being Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Well, with the release of the Marvel Capcom's collections recently, Justin Wong's obviously been on those on multiple platforms, PC, I believe PlayStation, and the Switch. He's kind of been mopping the floor. He's kind of been mopping up to the point that players are refunding the game after fighting him.
Fucking hell.
That says something.
Yep.
I'm not obviously going to go into the article, but this is obviously to basically try and keep up. So there have been a few Steam reviews that I will read out, of players recounting their experience against Justin Wong. Ran into someone online named Wazler. The Iron Man combo he did to me gave me enough time to get dinner started for the family. 10 out of 10 for reference, the Wazler is Justin Wong. Wazler and Imagine players made online matches unplayable, claimed another Steam user. Imagine getting off work, excited to unwind by playing some old childhood classics, hopping online for some good casual fun, and the first opponent you run into is Justin Wong, said another. Memes aside, matchmaking has apparently been a bit of an issue on the collection. But apparently it has, and I've seen this myself, Justin Wong is kicking so much ass that again people are actually refunding the game. And I'm sorry, but if you feel that you have no choice but to refund the game, then maybe I don't know if there's a case of like gamer rage. Like, Justin's just beating them so bad they are raging to this point. But all I can say is, guys, chill out. He's a pro. This is literally one of his biggest games. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There are other games on the collection. Just give it some time, wait for things to mellow out. Because he's trying out different cheesy combos. He practices on a constant. It was literally going to tournaments and fighting and actually competing and winning was literally his life for the longest time. So don't be salty. I get it. It's sometimes not that. I get it. It's difficult to not get salty when someone thoroughly whoops your ass. Trust me, I get it. I've been on so many fighting games. I've had my ass thoroughly whooped. Most of the time, though, especially if I'm going up against. If I were to play Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8, and I came across Justin Wong, I wouldn't be bitching. I'd be over the fucking moon, and no doubt I would have a stick shoved up my ass and he'd be mopping the floor with me. You can bet your ass that I'm gonna upload that video and say Justin Wong kicked my ass, and I'm happy about it. I'm not into that shit, but it'd just be great to actually get a chance to actually play against someone of that caliber. Now I know it seems like I'm putting him on a pedestal, but when you know the amount of shit that he's achieved, it's hard not to respect the man. Because Crust, like, he streams as well, and a lot of the matches that he does, he'll be streaming them. Like, the dude literally is constantly around. So, and he's always looking for different, like, combos or different ways to actually try out stuff, because he's not looking for the meta. Like, if he like, for the longest time, years ago, he was getting his ass whipped in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he was getting, like, for someone who was literally like hitting trophies left, right, and center, he then was actually dropping at several Evos and other tournaments. He was either hitting second, less. I think at one point he hit like he wasn't even in top 10. He didn't even make it to top 16 at one point. It was that bad. But he didn't. He chose a team that was considered weak. It was not meta. And yet 1 year, he made it all the way and won Evo. If anything, because people were actually judging whether his time had passed. Motherfucker came back and won the Evo that 1 year with said weak team. So just because the team is actually weak doesn't mean anything. If you're able to make it work, it fucking works. So, don't refund the game, people. Chill out. And just be happy that you may have actually gotten the chance to actually play against someone like him. Because guarantee most of us are casual players. We're not even going to be anywhere near his level. And I can almost guarantee those people that are online, they take it way too seriously. Guarantee, Justin, he is not taking it seriously. He is actually trying. He's experimenting. He's just playing the game. Don't put your loss and take your loss and blame him. That's... Nah. Just take the L, move on, learn from what, like, maybe grab the footage, saw what happened, see what he did, maybe pick up a few tricks, learn from what happened. And who knows, if you end up against him next time, who knows? From what you've learned, you may do better, or even win. I've seen plenty of videos where people have whooped his ass. And not gonna lie, I've seen plenty of people actually pull off the Daigo parry. It's hilarious. But yeah, don't blame him for being good at the game. Just say thank you for giving me some footage so I know exactly what maybe to look out for next time. Which I know it sounds like a bit of a weird thing to say. Thank you for kicking my ass. But it's probably the most positive thing I can actually say about it. Could I have worded it another way, Damo?
No.
Alright. So, as I said, one game I think you might be looking forward to, Damo. Or at least curious about. Dragon Age, the Veil Guard.
Ooh.
Yep. Dragon Age, the Veil Guard director says there are no DLC plans because Inquisition's expansion should have been part of the base game. Which is something I was not expecting to read. This is coming from GamesRadar.com. BioWare doesn't have plans for Dragon Age Veilguard DLC right now, but that's mainly because the team is focused on ensuring the game ships with the complete story that isn't begging for a follow-up ending, as was the case with Inquisition. When asked about possible future additions in an interview with YouTuber Mr. Maddie Plays, game director Corinne Boucher, apologies if that is not how you pronounce your name, explains that she's a huge fan of Dragon Age Inquisition's Trespasser expansion, which wrapped the entire story with a nice bow and served as a bridge to the inevitable sequel. But Boucher also says that Trespasser was so essential to the Dragon Age Inquisition story, it arguably should have been part of the base game. Boucher brings up the point that brings that up because it's apparently a critique that BioWare was well aware of and keen to avoid in the Veilguard. We wanted to make it the most complete out-of-the-box package we possibly could, from a player experience, the narrative, and everything else, she continues. That's entirely our focus right now. Now, I'm going to put an end to the article there because, for the most part, That's actually a good thing, the fact that they don't want to focus on DLC. They want to give us the complete package. They want to give us the game as it's meant to be as a whole. I can appreciate that as someone who's obviously been playing games for years when there wasn't even DLC for games. When downloadable content was not even a thought in someone's eye. And it's like, if what they have said actually comes to fruition, then Veilguard is actually going to do very, very well. How they tell the story is going to be the thing that will actually determine whether there needs to be a follow-up or not. So, big, bold claims made here. Now, onto the final bit of the Flopcast, folks. Something that normally we wouldn't talk about here on the Flopcast. But considering everything that's actually been going on over the past few weeks in regards of both Twitch and YouTube, I do feel as gamers and content creators, we have a right to actually say how we feel in regards to things. Demo and I spoke about this briefly, whether it should actually be even put onto the Flopcast, because I was somewhat hesitant. Demo agreed it's something that should be spoken about.
It deserves to be made aware and stuff, at least, anyway.
So, as many of you that have been paying probably attention to social media, there's been a lot of content creators, VTubers it seems mainly at the moment, that have been getting banned for unknown reasons or very skeptical ones. Some because of the outfits they've had, some because of accidents or stuff that shouldn't have happened. If it's actually genuinely accidents, then one or two accidents every now and then, as long as they completely apologise and openly admit, then people will be pissed, but they can get over it. But the string of things that's happened over the past month and a half is actually kind of disgusting. We're going to get started on Twitch. Twitch has said, and I quote, they are going to make the bans, anyone that receives a ban, actually more transparent. Because a lot of times when people have actually brought up that they've been banned, have said how vague or very robot they've had responses in regards of that from Twitch and Twitch staff members. And one of the things they've said they are planning to do is basically give the person they have banned a clip to show where they went wrong and why they were banned. So it should hopefully make things more clear. Which is something they should have been doing to begin with, making things clear. Because when you ban someone, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm not going to tell you the reason why. That's petty. With a company the size of Twitch, you need to be more transparent. You need to let people know where they've screwed up, not just give a robotic response. I get there are millions of people on the platform. I completely get that. But at the same time, when you're banning someone, you have to make sure that you are clear and precise on the reasons why. And why I don't know if these people have received warnings. From what I've seen, some people have not received warnings, period. If they receive a warning, then that's good, because it's like saying, hey, this has happened, we're not too happy with it, can you change it for next time? Or maybe this will help you avoid this so it doesn't happen again. I received a warning a couple of weeks ago on one of my Pokemon White Cursed Name Run streams. And
you did?
Yeah, for the bit of music that was played during the background of that dancing Toothless meme. Which,
yeah, I know the one you're going about.
it surprised me and annoyed me, but I accept it because it's like it's letting me know, hey, this has happened, and it gave me a direct, and it even told me like what part actually warned, it even said. So if that's them testing them out about the warning part, appreciate it, Twitch. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. So then it helps prevent me from making that mistake again and then getting myself in trouble. It also helps me let people know, hey, this is troublesome. It might be best to avoid that part, or at least find a way to cover up that part. So appreciate that very much. The unsolicited bans or people spam reporting is not good. It seems always round about summertime there's a load of hate in regards when it comes to content creation. For some reason, this seems to be the season where people attack content creators. We had the hate raids for a few years. And I don't know about anyone else, I've not experienced any hate raids this year. Nor have I heard any.
I don't think I have either.
So, because the hate raids weren't working, and they were being countered, it would seem that maybe these very same people are going about a different route. As a gamer that wants to share their experience with other people, it's terrifying. However, a lot of people have said, and I quote, at this rate with the way things are going, we might as well just go over to YouTube. And this is where we're transitioning from Twitch over to YouTube issues here. YouTube, I have a lot of things I can say about them. Particularly their copyright system and how it is so easily abused and so stupid. Twitch's copyright system has got to be the biggest load of bullshit I have ever seen. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know how bad it was until recently. One of the biggest female content creators on this platform, Iron Mouse, recently had her VOD channel, which was run by someone else, but she's basically given them the okay to do, was taken down due to 3 copyright strikes immediately. And the only way for Iron Mouse to get the VOD channel back was for her to send her personal information, not to YouTube, but to the person doing the copyright strikes. That is wrong. And then about 2 or 3 days ago, Iron Mouse's main YouTube channel was terminated. Why? Because it was associated with the VOD's channel, which received 3 copyright strikes. That is bullshit. Should not have happened in the first place. However, today it has been revealed that her main channel and VOD channel are back up and running. Thankfully, Iron Mouse had a legal team to help jump on things to actually hope things sped up. Many people, myself included, atted Team YouTube saying, what is this? This is not good. And that is one of the issues that currently is. YouTube seems to be banning and terminating YouTube, like VTuber channels. It happened with Shy Lily, their Eclipse channel, which is run by someone else that they have given permission to and actually linked to their channel, was taken down. I think it's come back up since. And
I'm not sure.
And no, I looked into that and it was bullshit. Why? For impersonation. That was their reasoning. And Lily proved to YouTube that it was not impersonation. It was literally another channel that she agreed upon, and she even gave all the details to prove it. They still took it down anyway. Why is it that YouTube continues to have such a horrific copyright system? The one question that has been asked for years. A lot of people have theories. One of the things that is actually scary as a small content creator like myself and Damo, I know myself in particular has got like literally hundreds of videos on my YouTube channel that I use for memory, that I want to share with other people, so then if they miss the streams, they then get the chance to go over there and watch or see how I've come as a content creator from my early days of streaming straight from my PS4 with some crappy mic I was able to get a hold of to now this setup that I have where I'm able to actually show my friends that I'm with, where I'm able to actually even do the podcast in general. If my channel was to be terminated completely, I don't have a legal team to help me out. I don't have a rep at YouTube I can speak to. All I can do is hope that maybe I can drum up enough attention on Twitter, not YouTube or email to YouTube, Twitter, that I may get my stuff back. How bad is it that the only real way to contact or even cause any form of cause anything to actually happen is to go through a completely different site? Markiplier said this a while ago. Not everyone has access to the resources that him and so many other people have, and that's the scary part. All it takes is some arsehole who just wants to ruin someone's day for a trip to then be able to just take down someone's channel for bullshit reasons. It doesn't take much. I've seen it with people that have made music and they've actually had their stuff copyright claimed or struck, even though it's original music. And here's also another thing as well. YouTube, I have a lot of things to say about YouTube, and Damo is fully aware of how I feel, and that's why Damo's just let me run riot on this.
Yep.
But YouTube, they have the audacity as well to take down certain channels that have done one thing, or they've done like certain React channels like MXR Plays. They've recently just had their complete channel gone, kaput, because YouTube don't like them. And yet some of the stuff they've reacted to is being reacted to by other people. Other people's channels are having that, and they are perfectly fine. They are up. They've not had any copyright claims or strikes. Why is it that all it takes is just one bit of personal vendetta, and when you follow these guidelines, when you follow these rules that they state, and yet they don't seem to follow it themselves? It is times like these, as a content creator, it is, I'll say this, it is not wrong to be afraid. It is not wrong to be afraid. What I will say is, do not let the fear win. Whether you're a big content creator with thousands and thousands of people watching you every single day, or you're a small channel that has maybe 10, 20 people watching you, or even less, it's not right that we should have to fear for our rights to try and make people smile or to inform people of stuff. We should not have to fear for that right. Period. VTubers specifically are currently having that fear. It seems very sus that what happened to Iron Mouse is currently going on while she's doing her subathon. I know this sounds like I'm going to blow up, smoke up her ass, but I'm going to say this anyway. I've watched Iron Mouse for a few years now, and I like her. She's sweet, she's innocent, she's literally just doing her best, considering her illness, which she will have to live with for the rest of her life. And yet she's done so fucking well. She won't get to experience what a lot of other people take for granted. And there are plenty of other people that are like her who also won't get to experience and yet do their best trying to do this. It is not good that we as content creators have to fear this much. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. Like, that's why I asked Damo if I think this should be done. I was actually kind of afraid and was actually tempted to back down from talking about this.
Mhm. But that's the thing, that we have a right to be scared because of the way that the system is.
But we also shouldn't be afraid to actually be vocal on stuff that, on actual wrongs, on something that is actually unjust. We should not be afraid, especially when it comes to entertainment, for fuck's sake. We should be working together to try and help make this, not just this platform here on Twitch, but also to those of you who are watching on YouTube. We should not be afraid to be able to actually do this. We should not be afraid to actually either better ourselves or help better others with information or entertainment, or give people a chance to actually, for maybe 10-20 minutes, forget about the harshness that's going on in their life. We should not have to fear that.
Nope.
The fact is, YouTube has said they are actually going to try and actually... There was something posted, I haven't been able to find it, but there was something posted saying that YouTube are actually going to apparently try and do better with a type of flexible rule system where they claim it will be better. The only way for it to actually be better is if you rework your entire copyright claim system. It's one thing to give you guys our personal information. I'm talking to the corporates here at both YouTube and Twitch. It's one thing to give you guys our personal information because you're working at the business and we're trusting you with it. It's another to give it to a complete stranger who's doing it just for some kicks, just because they want to dox. If Iron Mouse had given out her personal information, that puts her life as well as her family's life at risk. She has to live in basically a clean room pretty much almost at all times, to a certain extent, due to her immune system being so shot to shit. Imagine if she got swatted during that and they kicked down the door and exposed her. That puts her life in danger. The only way I feel that this whole copyright thing could actually be improved is if they actually show legitimate proof that what they're saying is theirs. That what they're saying is theirs to claim. The system should not be so easily abused, but for what it seems like, YouTube are too scared to actually do anything about it because they don't want to have to deal with the legal ramifications if they're wrong. They don't want to have to deal with that. YouTube need to buck up their ideas. Ever since the FTC incident, they've been hiding away and throwing content creators under the bus. And this, unfortunately, is one of the very things that I was afraid would happen when they chose to throw the content creators under the bus. YouTube offers even less protection than Twitch does. And that is no good. And with that being said, folks, I am going to end that rant.
Yes.
Do you have anything you want to input, Damo?
Nope.
Pretty much said everything I needed to.
Yep.
Now, I will say, to those who were not expecting this, I do apologise, but it is a necessity.
It's something that we felt needed to be said, because at the end of the day, with respectfully with our own opinions and our own thoughts to it, it is a terrifying thing.
Yeah.
That something like this could happen, and that YouTube didn't have extra measures to even think about investigating the copyright claims to begin with.
Yeah.
And this unfortunate thing happening.
And the fact
All
that Mouse...
we can hope is that YouTube learn from this mistake massively, not just a small improvement that I think that they're trying to do to cover their ass, in my opinion, but to start making improvements all round and make sure that they have the protection for the content creators, whether big or small. You know, you can't just go ahead and protect the bigger streamers if you can't protect the smaller streamers, like sort of thing. The same as with content creation and vlogging and
there should be some
different type of subcategories.
There should be something in place for us that are on the smaller side, not just to get an automated response that literally just essentially says "fuck off."
Yeah, basically. So, you know, let's just hope that YouTube are going to learn from this.
Yeah. Because one thing I'll say, folks, I don't like making content like this. I don't want to have to basically say this, because right now I'm shaking. Because doing stuff like this, it's not me. You know it's not me when I do this. It's not what I'm known for. I'm known for...
the pizza, like, stinky pizza dragon. The bad dragon. You know.
The daddy dragon.
The daddy dragon.
I'm the guy that tries to make people laugh or helps others able to actually make their own memes. I'm the kind of guy that actually just wants to help make people laugh. Or at least provide some information to get people to think and maybe look into stuff on their own end and then come to their own conclusion. Now, one of the things I set out to do in regards of the Flopcast when we started this was to help try and find what information we can and then hopefully spark others to then look into stuff on their own end. And if they find stuff and they don't agree with this, that's perfectly fine, as long as you come to an informed decision and then made that decision yourself, not on some bias. I uploaded to YouTube because of one of my favourite content creators who passed away many years ago, Total Biscuit. One of the things he advocated was for consumers' rights, and we have the right to call out companies when they actually do something bad. People need to be held accountable when they do wrong. And in this case, YouTube and Twitch to some extent need to be held accountable for the fact that content creators whose livelihood this is, and technically currently as it stands as I'm jobless, this is my livelihood, don't feel safe. And with that being said though, folks, I think we should bring that to an end.
Yes, as I do also need the toilet.
Alright, so Damo, where can people find you?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/itsdemu, over on TikTok it's DemuTV, and over on Twitter it is twitter.com/partywithknives.
Yeah. Thank you on that one, Damo. Go for the toilet.
Good. I'm just gonna preemptively say ooh.
you go rush for the bathroom. I'll handle this end bit. Those of you who actually been watching, thank you so much. Who have been watching for years or are new, thank you so much for tuning in. I will have this up either tonight or tomorrow, where I'll obviously be streaming tomorrow. The next episode of the Flopcast will be, if I've got this right, will be the 7th of October. So look forward to that episode then. Obviously, you guys know what's coming there for this week. I've already posted the schedule to show what is happening. But I will just read it out here, folks, so you actually get a general idea. Obviously, tomorrow on the 24th, we're starting the Pokemon Soul Silver Cursed Name Run. And on Thursday, we'll be doing some more Digimon Dawn. We can tune in on that one. I have done a bit of grinding on that one to make it easier so we can actually go through more of it, rather than just sit there grinding for hours. Then on Friday, it's more Digimon voice acting, episode 9 on Cyber Sleuth. And then on Saturday, we'll be continuing the Soul Silver Cursed Name Run. With Saturday being the Kiwi only stream, where you will hear me for about 4 or 5 hours going Kiwi. Demo Day, there'll be actually episode 9. Damon will be joining us for that and possibly being the translator throughout that one. So look forward to that. And with that being said, though, folks, make sure you've got all your belongings with you, as we are going to be closing our doors now. Otherwise, the Goblin Janitors will be taking their whatever you find, and eventually leave the fucking goblins alone. I have the shotgun ready. Leave them fucking alone. And with that being said, folks, raise your pizzas high and say it with me. Stay chaotic and live for the challenge. Bye-bye. They're my goblins, leave them the fuck alone.